In flies, red eyes, big R, are dominant to brown eyes, little r, and brown bodies, big B, are dominant to yellow bodies, little b. A fly with genotype, big R, big B, little b, is mated with a fly with genotype, little r, little b. What fraction of offspring will have red eyes and brown bodies? So I always want to make sure I understand what genotypes I'm working with. And so I can see I've got one here and the other here, and those are the two parents that I'll use in the cross. So now that I know what genotypes I'm working with, I can make my Punnett squares. Because I'm working with two traits in this problem, I will use two Punnett squares. My first Punnett square is going to be about eye color. And so my first fly is a heterozygote, so I'll put that across the top. And my second fly is homozygous recessive. So I'll put that down the side and then fill it in. My second Punnett square is for body color. So my first fly is a heterozygote, and my second fly is homozygous recessive. And I can fill that in. And now let's look at our question. It wants to know what fraction of offspring will have red eyes and brown bodies. Well, red eyes is the dominant allele. So as long as the offspring have at least one dominant allele, they should have red eyes. And these two boxes have the dominant allele in them. So 2 out of 4 is half of the offspring. And then brown bodies is also the dominant allele. A little hard to see, but it's the capital B there. And so these two boxes have the dominant allele in them. So once again, 2 out of 4, or a half of the offspring, will have brown bodies. So be very careful here. You may think because half have red eyes and half have brown bodies that the final answer would also be half, and it's not. Whenever we have a dihybrid cross and we're looking at two Punnett squares, you have to take the number that you get from both Punnett squares and multiply them together. And so to multiply the fractions, first I'll multiply the numerators. So 1 times 1 equals 1, and then the denominators. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So 1/4 of the offspring would be expected to have red eyes and brown bodies.